Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Deadwing, where we move into our next best of three, and the first match indeed in Group C, and spawning to the bottom left-hand position as the teal Protoss player representing Team ECV. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Snovski. His opponent spawning to the top left position with what I believe is the best, most hilarious, and all of the above avatar I've ever seen in a game of StarCraft II. That's just the best expression. Unbelievable. I love this guy for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have SortOf. He's like, do you want your face here? Well, apply within. Don't even worry about it. Oh, this guy is great. Alright, so we're firmly into Group C. It is, of course, consisting of the two players in this game, SortOf and Snovski. We also have miNkie and Snute, by the way, in as well. Two of them will, of course, advance to the knockout stages tomorrow, where they will be competing for a lion's share of the €3,000 prize. We've got, in seeing the probe popping into the main base here, we do actually have the spawning pool first go down for our Zerg player, just to get those lings out a little bit earlier and be as frustrating as possible for this probe. Of course, we have the patrol path now set, preventing that hatchery from going down. There'll be a little bit of damage while this natural expansion is blocked, and of course the Nexus has already gone down from that Nexus first. Thank you, Snovski. In the meantime, looks like the pylon's going to go down as well. SortOf, being ever so slightly annoyed, is in fact just going to go and take a third base. Or is he? No, the probe's actually already there. So a little bit frustrating. Will this pylon be allowed to finish? I suspect it might, actually. Yeah, because he's still only got the one drone here. There are 4 lings that have only just started production. And he's taking a look at the third base now, but unfortunately that is not going to work at all. Ooh! Unfortunately, a little bit of mismicro from that probe means that the hatchery does indeed go down straight away at the third base location. Slightly frustrating there for Snovski, and these 4 lings are going to be able to pick apart this pylon now. That does mean that that 100 minerals isn't wasted, per se, but is a little bit difficult, and I like the 3 of them are taking down the pylon, while the 4th one goes and continues to hunt for this probe that's kind of chilling out in the middle of the map now, so he needs to be careful. Random fire here. It's very Warcraft 3-esque, I have to say, that kind of thing. In the meantime, of course, the forge is down. We've got the photon cannon about to complete back at Shea Snovski. He knows exactly where his opponent is, of course, and SortOf is about to find out that his opponent is situated here as well. We'll be able to spot via that gas geyser. Now, there we go. And instantly sees. Also conveniently sees the gas timing too. So that's pretty cool stuff. And these Zerglings, by the way, they're not actually going to scout any other locations, so no one scream at your screen that he's actually going, hang on a second, no, he's in the bottom left, what are you doing? He's actually looking for the probe. I don't think the probe will be in there, though, but you get the idea. Wanting to make sure that there are no probes out on the map, no sneaky pylons that can basically do away with potential strategies later on in the game. You don't want those zealot run-bys taking a base by surprise and picking off a hatchery. Just incredibly frustrating experience there, as any Zerg player will be able to tell you. And now we have an Overlord from SortOf spotting the natural expansion. Sees everything he needs to know because he was just looking at these gases. Am I going to see some early tech? Any DT shenanigans? Do we have like super fast, crazy Stargate kind of timing? Doesn't look like it because no gases are taken. Third one being taken now, and the 4th Overlord sees all. Very well played there from SortOf to spot that. And the Stargate has in fact gone down, just the one, of course, in the natural expansion, but closer to the wall than you would expect. This Zergling might actually spot the Stargate if he's really, if he suicides into where this photon cannon is. He can basically do it, but this Stalker is not going to allow him to do that, and he is going to go down without ever scouting it. So are we going to see an Oracle? That's the question right now. No, we're going to see a Phoenix coming out from Snovski. Alright, so we have the Overlord killer opening from our Protoss player. We've got the Roach Warren starting now back at home for SortOf. He has got his 3 bases up and running now. Of course, the natural a little bit younger thanks to that earlier block. It's going to be just slightly frustrating. Phoenix now, picking apart these Overlords. We'll be able to get both of these and then fly around the map to hunt for others. But note, there are only those two right now. These Zerglings, in the meantime, are doing a great job of continuing to scout everywhere on the map, looking for as many proxy locations as possible. And SortOf won't be able to see any. That's because there aren't any at the moment, so fair enough. The Zealots and Mothership Corps may be staying a little bit beyond their welcome here, and knowing this, just move back out beyond creep. And while this Overlord is desperately trying to get away, unfortunately these Phoenixes have other plans. And they like things that go pop. Observe. Wow, what just happened there? There we go. Little bit of lag, hopefully. Wow, is that blood splatter kind of hanging around in midair? Just a little bit. So, well done with these Phoenixes so far, but no workers killed, of course, no queens killed. Really just glorified scouts in the middle of the map right now. He can't really kill off a roach by lifting, because there's only two Phoenixes. He's going to try. And guys, allow me to demonstrate why this isn't currently possible. And down. Bro, do you even lift? Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough here. Right. Got the Zergling. Nailed it. Alright. To be fair, any kill is a free kill as far as a Phoenix is concerned. And he really needs to find the roach he injured early. He doesn't want the he doesn't want a fresh one because he might not be able to kill that. There it is, there he is. He could pick it up, but he's not going to. He's actually going into the mineral line to see if he can't kill off a couple of workers. And with these spore crawlers and queens already here, I'm not sure he'll be able to. Moving out, he spots. Is he going to get the injured roach? Nope. He's actually trying to go for overlords. There is the fourth Phoenix joining the fray, and the DPS from this could actually end up being a little bit interesting now. 2 workers, 3 workers killed. The one's mining gas, really nicely positioned there. And are we going to see another couple of worker kills from the gas? It looks like it. Ooh, a little bit of micro to determine which Phoenix is going to end up doing the picking up. He doesn't want to lose any of them. 5 Phoenixes now. And he's getting close to being able to pick up and kill off a queen. Even within range of the spore crawl if he gets to like 6 or 7. So we have to be a bit careful. He could just try and kill off some roaches. But in reality, he just wants to do as much damage as possible right now, and also restrict the Zerg to being inside his own base. So 5 workers have been killed so far. Behind this, he's got roach speed now completed. He's going to be able to get some roaches out on the field. The spire is actually nearly done. So SortOf is just biding time right now. He knows that these Phoenixes, he can't just kill all of them off right now. He's waiting until those spire units are complete. And to be fair, they're almost done. And we're going to be following this up with Void Rays. So a good old-fashioned Void Rays over here from our Protoss. We have a ground army coming in at the destructible rocks in the back, and the Mothership Corps does actually spot this. So needs to be a little bit careful. It's actually getting close to killing that off. Are we going to see some sentry force fields to try and pick off bits of this army? We'll find out. There is the Void Ray. Wow, excellent force fields, almost completely cutting this army in 2 here. Possibly the maximum you could have gotten, but also picking apart every sentry with those roaches was just really well done as well. So I really appreciate that. A couple of those roaches are going to get picked off by the Phoenixes on the way home. And so far, if we take a look at units lost, well, I can tell you that SortOf has lost a ridiculous amount more than Snovski, but at the same time, he's getting his 4th base location, and even though Snovski is comfortable right now, that doesn't mean he's winning by any stretch of the imagination. Picking off a couple more drones, doing a great job here. But the worker count is, well, it's still pretty healthy for the Zerg. It's 63 at the moment, but it is 72 probes on a 3-base Protoss. And you know what people say about 3-base Protoss is, when you get to this kind of stage, it almost feels like you can do whatever you want. Because we've got extended thermal lance coming in. We've got +2 coming in. The Void Rays are here with this army as well. Like, transitioning into a Colossus Void Ray army is not difficult from this point. 18 more Lings and Infestation Pit coming in for SortOf as well. Are we going to be seeing some Swarm Hosts? Wow, an excellent Time Warp, but unfortunately no damage to follow it up here. And the Roaches are able to escape more or less unharmed. He's trying his best to sort of poke in here, and wow, we have Corruptors. They want to target the Colossi. The Phoenixes are trying to pick them off. But to be perfectly honest, it takes so long to kill a Corruptor. It's ridiculous. And looks like these Colossi... One of them surviving! Wow, that's literally 1 hit points and 0 shields, guys. Like, you breathe on that Colossus too hard, it's going to fall over at this point. So, good micro, I guess, a little bit lucky coming out from Snovski there. And those Corruptors, it just goes to show, a lot of people say, hey guys, Corruptors, they're just like one of the most useless units in StarCraft. I'll tell you what, they don't die easy, do they? A couple links going into the main base now. Snovski is not going to be happy about this. Swarm hosts are indeed coming up for SortOf. These lings on hold position inside the main base. Unfortunately, those zealots are perfectly happy for those lings to be on hold position. So 6 probes have gone down, but that's probably about as much as is going to happen right now. And Enduring Locust will be finishing in about an in-game minute. We've also got some more counter-harassment damage from these Phoenixes over here at this base, picking off all of the drones, picking off the Queen as well, and he's actually gone up to 5 drone kills. And, ooh, oh, he could pick off a swarm host or 2. He's thinking about it. No, he's not actually thinking about it. Come on, let's do it. Nope, okay, not going to happen. Right, so army moving out into the middle of the map now. We've got a load of Stalkers, just the one Colossus, the world's luckiest Colossus, as determined earlier, as well as the Immortal. These Phoenixes continuing to try and be as annoying as possible. And, oh, are they going to try and pick up swarm hosts, I wonder? Let's see. We have the Observer out here with the army as well. They actually have to kill off the Corruptors before they can kill off the luckiest Colossus in the world here, so they've got an important job to do. The Locusts from the Swarm Hosts are doing an awful lot of damage right now, but he's actually pushing and he's saying, look, before your Swarm Host numbers get too big, I want to kill off as many of you as possible. So one of them's going down. Great transfuse, actually, from the Queen, just preventing the Phoenixes from doing more damage than they need to. But look at how many Void Rays are here now. We're going to be transitioning into a very Void Ray heavy composition with more Colossi on the way as well. And it looks like Snovski is broken, sort of. GG! And ECV Snovski, ladies and gentlemen, wins game number 1 against, well, he's part of Clan Swarm Host against SortOf.